So in the scriptures, it tells you that they would preach to us a different Joshua. This is the Greco-Roman one that they gave to the world. The one that ended the law, that ended the Sabbath, who ended the feast days, and who is worshipped, and the one that sits on most people's temples. Religions, and you see who's on the top of the pyramid? These are better known as Abrahamic religions. Synagogue of Satan, Vatican. The three cities that run the world: Washington, D.C., Vatican City, and the City of London, better known as the District of Columbia. All U.S. presidents minus one is related to the King of England. Queen Elizabeth is a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. And keep in mind, all U.S. presidents are related to her. Muslim, Christian, religions both created by the Romans. They created Christianity. Yes, you are under the synagogue of Satan if you're worshiping their holidays. The same holidays that they worship, such as pagan Easter and pagan Christmas, and the service on Sunday for the worship of the sun god. And they created Islam in 632 AD. For what? For jihad, the Islamic holy war. Kaab, black cube, idolatry, as in the black cube of Saturn. So the Muslims also have a Jesus. They're supposed to be coming back and helping the Mahdi and tell the world that he was Muslim all along and that we all got it wrong. And they're going to try to convert the world so that you could follow Allah, their God. Sounds like the Inquisition all over again. Haven't you noticed that the horses in the book of Revelation are the same colors as their flags? Haven't you noticed all the Muslim nations coming into the borders of America? Kabbalah right underneath, Sharia law. And the king of Babylon always sits in America. And remember, all presidents are related to the Queen of England, who happens to be a descendant of Muhammad. And as for the ones that gave us our religion, do you know that it's a Muslim family that holds the key to Christianity's holiest site? Muslim holds ancient key to Jesus' tomb in Jerusalem. Can you see what direction this is going? After all, they all serve the same God. As for the cross, this is Nimrod, the founder of Freemasonry. You see the cross? This is El, the god Saturn. You see the cross? As in the black cube of Saturn. The moon, the sun, and Mercury, the cross. You see the image that it makes? Looks like a little double, doesn't it? As in Isis. You see the two X's? We're going to go to the X's next. The Messianic Book of Crosses. You see the cross? Do you see the X? I am that I am, L. You cross the A in front of the M, you make two X's. On either side are the two St. John's of Freemasonry. The gatekeepers, double X. Double X. Double X, the gates of Apollo. Kabbalatry. Can you see the two X's now? Kaaba, cube of Allah. Like I said, they all worship the same God. Ishmael, the Muslims joined Esau to destroy Israel. X is for Cyrus is risen. The Popal Cross. You see the X? So the same Greco-Roman Jesus is the same one of the Muslims. For it's Joshua HaMashiach, not Jesus. And he was hung on a tree, not a cross. And he was from the tribe of Judah, and the tribe of Judah is black. He is not Greco-Roman. To watch the full video, go to YouTube.
Now, we're going to continue on, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we go into the mark of the beast. Verse 13, verse 9, chapter 13, 9. If any man has an ear, let him hear. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He who kills with a sword shall be killed with a sword. Here's the enduring patience and faith of the saints. Just understand that if you decide to take up an arm against the New World Order, it doesn't matter if they have to nuke your house. They will do whatever it takes to kill you. If you live by the sword, you are going to be butchered by them. Okay? But he who leads into captivity is going to go into captivity as well. There is going to be justice in the end. Verse 11, then I saw another beast coming out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, but he spoke like a dragon. He exercised all the authority of the first beast who came before him, and he caused the earth and all those who dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. See, it's a government whose deadly wound was healed. And out of the ashes, the phoenix of this comes forth the New World Order, the Novus Ordo Seclorum. After the destruction of all ordered governments, out of the ashes arises the New World Order. It says that he did great wonders and made fire to come down from heaven onto the earth in the sight of all men. He deceived all those who dwell on earth by means of the miracles which he had the power to do under the authority of the beast. He instructed all those who dwell on the earth to make an image of the beast, which had a wound by the sword and yet lived. And then verse 15, the dragon lamb, as I've coined the phrase, dragon lamb, because he spoke like he was a lamb, but he spoke like a dragon. The dragon lamb had the power to give life to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast could both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. In verse 16, and the dragon lamb caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their forehead, so that no man might buy or sell except those who have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him who has understanding decipher the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is Chi Sigma. It's the number of man, the number or mark, or the name of the beast is written in the ancient Greek text of the book of the Revelation as 3 characters, Chi, Xi, and Sigma, not as the number 666, which is hexakosai, hexakonta, and hex. Hexakosai, hexakonta, hex is 666, but that's not how it's written in the ancient text. It's written in Greek characters, which you'll now look at on your screen. Chi, Xi, and Sigma. Now, now John is looking at this, and the linguistic evidence is very strong that Yohanan wrote his revelation in the Hebrew language. Yet the Greek language has been embedded in the Galilee region for hundreds of years, and these characters would not have been unfamiliar to him. He's seeing something, but presuming that Yohanan saw these 3 Greek characters in the vision, we can simply rotate them 90 degrees. As you see in your screen now, rotating them 90 degrees to see their preeminence in these very figures in the modern Islamic basmalah. The basmalah is by far the most prolific artistic expression observed throughout the Muslim world. The basmalah is the artistic symbol which bears the acronym, and this is the acronym, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Okay, first of all, that is an insult. Allah is fictitious. He is not most gracious because Yahovah is most gracious. Yahovah is most merciful. This is an absolute insult against the one true God. But John doesn't see Arabic. He sees these figures, and these are the figures that you see in this basmalah. The key, okay, the key, which is now on its side, now you see the X. Now you see the Kasi, which on its side looks like what we would think in a stripped W, but that is the representation of in the name of Allah. This squiggle, all you have to do is scrunch it together, and you have that very same image on the ring worn by a very famous figure in America today. You just bring that all together in an artistic representation, and that's what you've got. Today, this name of insult against the one true God is worn on the headbands and on the right arms of Islamic Jihad, holy war terrorists, as well as on the uniformed soldiers of Muslim armies who are sworn to the destruction of the nation Israel, the extermination of the Jewish people, and the slaughter of the Christians as well.
The mark of the beast is not 666, part 2. 666 is nowhere to be found in the original Greek. Go watch my previous teaching. And he causes both small and great, rich and poor, slave and bound, to receive a mark on his right hand or in his forehead, and that no man may buy or sell, lest he has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. If you paid attention to the last verse, you'll see three things. 1, do you see that the mark of the beast is his name? 2, do you also see that the mark of the beast is the number of his name? 3, do you also understand that the name and the number of the beast is the exact same thing? So, the number of the beast is his name. This means if we can find out what the name of the beast is, we'll also find out what his mark is. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding count the number or the name of the beast, for it is the number or the name of a man, and his name or number is Chi Zi Sigma, Strong's word G5516. So let's see what the first symbol Chi or X means. The New World Encyclopedia, and I quote, X or Chi is the most commonly encountered Christogram in the English-speaking countries today. The Greek letter X or Chi represents Christ and his cross, end quote. The next two symbols, Z and stigma, represent X and S in our alphabet, or XS, and XS is the symbol for Christ. The Catholic Encyclopedia says the following: Christos or Expetios or XS is one of the most commonly used Christograms throughout history. Anytime we see XC in paintings or memorials, that is equivalent to XS today. So Christos equals XS, XS equals XC. So Revelation is warning us against a man that will be called XS or Christos. And this man is going to have an X or cross as a permanent sign. The true Messiah's name is not Jesus Christ or Jesus Christus or Chi Zi Sigma, but Yeshua, the Son of God. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come before the falling away first. Falling away from what? Falling away from the law, of course. And that man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, the lawless one. He will oppose and exalt himself above everything that is called God and worshipped, so that he sets himself up in God's temple, the church, proclaiming himself to be God, the Trinity. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, before you partake in a plague.